Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. So today I just wanted to kind of tell you a story of what happened with my breast reduction. I was going to post this yesterday, but then I didn't have time to record it. So today it is. Anyway, recently, if you don't know, I got a breast reduction. I was a 42J, so we were pretty high up there in the letters as far as the alphabet for boobs go. And now I'm a 42 double D, or like a 40 double D. So great news. We got down a little bit to, a size that is in normal stores. How exciting. Because I used to have to go to Nordstrom to get bras and like order them online, and they have to make the bras a specific way once you're over a certain size, and it's just like so inconvenient. Anyway, so happy to have that done, really excited. But I want to tell you kind of like the process. So I documented the process of like beforehand already, which was like going through my insurance. I had to like lose a bunch of weight because they wanted me to be a specific BMI for surgery, which is like pretty standard, I guess. Like I couldn't even pay for out of pocket, unless I lost weight. So it's like, I had to do it. And I was able to do that, which is awesome. But then they made me do like a bunch of like not chiropractic stuff, a bunch of like, massage and, what was the other thing? Oh, PT, so that I could fix my back issues that I've had for, decades from having huge boobs. And shocker, it didn't work. That did not fix the back issues. The only thing that was going to fix the back issues was, less titty. And so, they finally approved me once that didn't work. And, I had really nice people, like PT people and, physical therapists and massage therapists, both of whom were like, let me put a note in here that says you need a breast reduction because you clearly do. And I was like, thank you so much. I love you guys. You should always tell people, like what your goals are. And like truly most people in my experience like do want to help you out with it, which is so nice. So it was lovely. Anyway, so then I got approved. I got all my appointments scheduled. I had to have 2 pre-appointments. Like one with my doctor, like my PCP, and then one with with the surgery team, so they could check me out. And then I had the surgery, and then I had 2 like post appointments, and I still have 1 post appointment coming up. That's like a, months out, like appointment to check in to see how they're doing in general and how I'm doing. But, I had 2 that were like 1 week and then 2 week out. So the first appointment was, to go over the process of what was going to happen, and then like what I needed to do beforehand and after. There's a lot of instructions. There's a long list they gave you on every page. It says don't smoke. So that's fun. And I don't, so it was fine. But, yeah, just took you through the process generally of like your before and after. This is more about that than about the surgery, to be honest. Cause I don't know I was having a surgery. I was asleep. But anyway, so it took you through that, and like I did some tests to make sure I was okay to do it. And then same with my doctor, met up to make sure I was looking okay physically, mentally, emotionally able to have surgery. And then, she made me do, and I don't want to say made me, like I didn't, wasn't happy about it, but she had me do a few tests to make sure that like all my levels were good, and, like an EKG to make sure my heart was good, and it was all good. I was a little nervous because I was like, this is the last stage where like, if something's wrong, they're going to be like, just kidding. Cause it was like less than a week before my surgery, I think. But everything was good. So yay. And then my mom, came over with me to go to my, like, a 1 week out appointment, to check, get a list of all the things we had to do. And then she stayed with me for a week, after surgery, and like came to take me to surgery and everything, so that I, had the extra support. So thank you so much, Mom. I love you. And I couldn't have done it without you. I appreciate you so much. It was really nice of you to do that. And, anyway, so my mom came over, we drove to surgery in the morning. I wasn't allowed to eat, was only allowed to drink like clear liquids until a certain amount of time. We got there and then got me checked in, and pretty quickly they took me back and like got me prepared for everything. I wasn't hanging out like super long. And then the surgery was like 3 or 4 hours. And then, after surgery, I don't think I was there that long either. I think I was there maybe 30 minutes to an hour, waiting. And then they let me go home, which was cool because I just like, I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah, it was good. It was like a little, like, I wasn't nervous necessarily as far as like that anything was going to go wrong, because like I'm pretty confident in them. I didn't have a bad feeling about it or anything. It's mostly just like, I was like anticipating it, like, oh, let's get this done, that'll be exciting. And I read my paperwork afterwards about like how the surgery went and like what they did and everything, and it was very funny to me that apparently at some point while I was conked out, after they like fixed my boobs to make them look how they look better and like more workable, they like sat me up when I'm passed out to like make sure they looked even and like they were looking symmetrical and nice, and then they laid me back down. Which is so funny to me that it's like I'm like a Barbie doll. They're just like moving around and posing. I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were very professional. But anyway, I had this really cute nurse that was gay that I was like, oh, she's pretty cute. And then I had to show her the pimples under my boobs, so that was not my favorite. But she was really nice about it, and she was cute. So I was like, thank you. Everybody was super nice and like super helpful on the day. Talked to like 10 people about your surgery, which is crazy. But I got, set up, I got anesthesia, and then got rolled in to surgery pretty quickly, conked out, I don't think they had me count back from 10, but they were like talking about me and being like, this is Alexis and this is what we're doing and whatever. And, I don't think I heard them finish talking about it, because I was out. And then, woke up, entirely different place, and, just felt like weird and hot. It was really hot in there, and like I'm really easily overheated, so I was like, get me out of here. And they did, thankfully. Like one of the nurses came over and was like, we don't need to be here, we can go over there, it's way cooler. Why did they put you in the hottest part of the hospital? And I was like, thank you, it was not fun. But then we got me back to the room, and I was able to like stand and walk. Like, I had a bunch of people ask me like, oh, are you going to be able to like move and do stuff? And like, yeah, it's, there's a difference between like getting a, like an organ surgery, which I also have had before, with like a weight loss surgery, versus like getting this surgery, which is more, like, just tissue, it's just like getting rid of like, fat cells and then like some other kind of stuff. There's like specific kind of tissues that are in boobs specifically. That's kind of weird. But it's not like an organ, it's not like they took out a big chunk of my stomach and stuff. So like they did last time. So easier there. Like I was able to, like not walk per se, but I was able to like lift myself up and put myself in the like wheelchair without an issue. The main things were like I couldn't like raise my arms up for a while, and I couldn't just like use my upper body for anything. Like they were like, you can't open doors, you can't do this, you can't drive, you can't do any of these things. And I was like, oh, okay. Which, luckily was fine. My mom was here to help me, and like my roommate also was helping me, Alyssa, so shout out for helping me out. I really appreciate it. I gotta be just a little dainty princess. Which when I got home, it was like evening already, and I just like passed out and went to sleep. The saddest part was my dog couldn't sleep with me. He normally sleeps in bed with me, and he couldn't sleep with me for like a week because I had drains put in, which are basically, they just put like tubes under your boobs, like in a spot, and then it drains out what they described to me as blood, right? Because you'd see there's blood. And then they called it chicken juice. Which is not my favorite term. Not even chicken broth, because they were trying to say like, oh, it's going to be like yellow, because it's like pus or whatever. But they called it chicken juice, and it's just not my favorite term. But anyway, that did happen, yeah. So my mom and I, for the first like week, we had to drain the drains. They had little bulbs on the end of it, so they look like I have little balloons on the end of my chest, which was very weird. For the first like week, it was weird because my the bra you have to wear is like very what's the word, compressive, I guess. And so it's like really hard to tell like what's going on under there. You're not allowed to remove it for the first like 3 days because they want it, to be secure there. And you're not allowed to take a shower for the first 3 days. And so when you do remove it, like you take a shower and then you're just supposed to put it back on like right away. And that's to help like with swelling. That's to make sure they stay in place and everything. I totally get that. But it did make it weird that like I I didn't really know what they looked like, and it was like really uncanny valley feeling, like weird. And then the tubes made me feel weird. They like made me feel like not human, if that makes sense. Like, I know that sounds strange maybe, but it just, yeah, I felt very like alien and strange. And so I was happy to, you know, get the tubes out. After a week we were able to take them out, which was awesome. And then after that, I was also able to like not wear the same bra anymore. So then I could wear like a still compressive bra, but like a softer one that was like more comfortable. And truly taking the tubes out immediately made me so much more physically comfortable. Besides that, I had to like walk around every like 2 hours, I think, for like 10 minutes to make sure that I wasn't getting like edema in my legs or anything. And then, or like deep vein thrombosis and stuff, not edema. And then, you know, I was on a pain med schedule. I didn't take any, they gave me opioids. I didn't take any of them. I just took Tylenol and, like Advil, like off and on. And I was able to get through just fine. It wasn't that painful. I didn't have a lot of pain. It was just mostly like physically uncomfortable, as opposed to like pain, just like physically feel strange. Like at the beginning, my boobs were like really tight and like weird feeling. I think from bruising, and then also just from like, you know, the skin, they obviously pull the skin really tight. And I was used to my boobs having pretty like loose skin around them, and being like jiggly, I guess. And so they were not like that for a minute. They were like very like kind of plasticky, which was just like strange and uncomfortable. And you know, it took me a minute, even once I could like see them, and like see what the size was and stuff, it took me a minute to like really, I think my brain just to process, you know, like the body dysmorphia of it all, to be like, okay, this is what my body looks like now. Cause it's weird. Like, it's like, you know, such a drastic change, that's like not really achieved through anything but surgery, you know, like at least with like weight loss, since I've been losing weight, like the change in my appearance over time is like adjustable to more easily. I think that also is weird for me. I do have body dysmorphia issues in general, but I think slower process makes it a little easier, but this was like very drastic, you know, and then felt strange. And so it was like, this is weird. But anyway, I'm over it now. I feel good about it now. Like, I feel like, they look good on my body. It's a good like size. I think they did a really good job. The surgeons did a good job. I do have scars. I'm putting on like scar cream every day to try to like mitigate them, but like, I don't mind. I don't think they look bad or anything. I think they're healing pretty well. The doctors seem very happy with my healing, so great news at both my appointments. And yeah, now I'm able to like wear normal bras. I'm able to wear no bra now sometimes. That's how exciting. That's never been the case for me. Yeah, so after the first appointment, they took out my tubes, which felt like they were pulling a noodle out of my body, which is really gross. It just felt really bad. I immediately felt so much better. I immediately felt so much like less uncomfortable, and I didn't realize how uncomfortable they were making me until I did that. Same with like, I had steri strips over my incisions, and like I had to take some of them off early, you know, they were like, I was allowed to take them off, but I had to take some of them off before my appointment, where they were going to take the rest of them off, because they were just like making me physically uncomfortable. So luckily, I was able to get through all that, and that was the first like 2 weeks. And then since then, it's been pretty easy, besides like at first it was hard, you know, like remembering not to put my arms above my head or do something. And sometimes I would get winded really fast. Now I'm at 6 weeks out, so I'm like basically done. I have 2 more weeks before I'm like technically like fully healed, but we're pretty much there. And I feel really good. I'm really happy with the results. I feel good. Like, I'm not having like a lot of physical pain or anything about it. And I feel like I look good, and like I was able to get new bras. I had to go get fitted for bras and stuff. So yeah, I feel good. I'm really happy with what's going on. But just kind of want to explain to you the process of like what happened there. They gave me anti-nausea medicine. I also didn't need that, which was cool. And yeah, now we're just we're moving forward, onward and upward. I've got a bunch of like other physical goals that I want to get accomplished now that this one's done. This is kind of early on the checklist to make it easier for me to like, you know, exercise and do various things. And I'll take you on those journeys with me too. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble about surgery. And I'll see you in the next video next Vlogtober. All right, bye-bye.